Hello, my name is Mike Ebert, and I'm the Director of Software Engineering at Indicio. Today we'll be showing you a demo of some credentials and how they can work with financial systems like a bank or an insurance company and some reusable identities. So we're going to start with creating an account at the bank. And I'm going to enroll as a customer, and the bank requires that we fill out some information about ourselves to get an account. So we're gonna pick a user ID and uh, enter some basic information. And after entering some basic information, the bank is going to request that we share our driver's license. Driver's licenses are one of the forms of acceptable ID that can be used to establish your identity and enroll in services and apply for loans and things like that. And so now that we've entered our account information and some personal information, our driver's license is being requested. We're going to share this with the Indicio Bank, and the information that we provided ourselves, the self-attested information, and the information from our driver's license credential can be compared. And if the information compares well and the ID is verified as valid, then the bank has the information it needs to establish our account. So the bank has established, likes our information, has offered us a bank account credential. So we can go ahead and take a look at the details here. So for our example with Stanley Johnson, here are the details. We'll accept that credential, and this will get added to our wallet. And during the process, once the credential issuance has been successful, the system can take us straight to our dashboard for our bank account. And a bank account credential allows us to prove that we have an account at this bank. And that's useful in many ways. One potential way is that, let's say we log out and we come back to the bank on a different day. We can log back into our account. And there's an option to log in with a credential. So we'll scan this QR code. After we scan the QR code, the bank system will request our bank account credential. If it verifies our bank account credential successfully, then it can take us to our dashboard again. So logging into your bank account, with your bank account credential, that's a logical use of that credential. So now we can see that the bank is requesting our bank account credential to authenticate us. So we can come in and look at the details of what they're requesting, and we can go ahead and share our bank account credential back to the bank. The bank can look at it and say, yep, we did indeed issue that credential to you. It's still valid. We'll take you right to your dashboard for your account. So that's another useful way to use a bank account credential. Now, let's say that we've gone through the process with the bank of proving some information about ourselves beyond what it takes to enroll for an account. So let's say we're applying for a mortgage. And so we go through the process to verify our income and maybe our address. The bank checks our credit score. They check any criminal watch lists or things like that. Whatever the process the bank does for the Know Your Customer requirements. And let's say that the department for performing the Know Your Customer requirements is one department, and then the mortgage or finance department is a separate department or like something like that. And so the bank can issue us a KYC or Know Your Customer credential with some of those details about what they need to know to do more advanced financial services for us. So we can accept this credential, and then this credential would be useful with any of the other departments or systems within the bank. So instead of having to uh, run the process again or um, carry paperwork with us or something like that, we can use the credential to transfer the information around the different systems that the bank has. So now that we started with a driver's license so that we could enroll in our account. We received our banking account credential, and then we went through the extra steps to finish the KYC process. So those are all processes and credentials that the bank can do with us. Now, another interesting thing about credentials is that they don't have to be limited to within just the bank. The bank has partners that offer additional services that are useful to its account holders. For example, sometimes a bank might partner with like an insurance company. So our fictional insurance company, Heraldic Insurance, let's say that they have a relationship with Indicio Bank, and the relationship is something like if you prove that you're a member, an account holder at Indicio Bank, then because of our relationship with Indicio Bank, we can offer you a discount on our insurance. So because of the bank account credential that we hold, we can use our QR code scanner to connect with Heraldic Insurance. And Heraldic Insurance can request our bank account credential. So we'll receive that request in a second here. They can request our bank account. And we've shown a full disclosure here, but it could be a selective disclosure that says something like just the member's name and maybe their email address, something like that. Leave out the sensitive information like a date of birth or the account number. And so they could do a selective disclosure, and we can accept sharing that with the insurance company. And the insurance company can use the information stored on the Indicio network or another network like it, and the encryption in the credential and the data in the credential to validate and verify that this credential did indeed come from Indicio Bank, that Stanley is indeed a member of the bank, and that everything is valid and good to go. And once Heraldic Insurance knows that everything is in order, then they can offer these discounts on their insurance packages. And that's an example of how credentials could be used between institutions and reused from time, multiple times so that that high quality verified data can be utilized in other places and provide value more than just the first time or more than just the one use case. So that's an example of how verifiable credentials, decentralized identity, and proven auth can be used to validate information, issue it as a reusable credential, and use it for things like logging into your account or sharing with your partners or around your organization. If you have any questions about the processes or systems that you've seen during our demo today, feel free to reach out and we'll help answer your questions. You can either reach out through our contact page on our website, indicio.tech, or you can find us on LinkedIn at Indicio. Thank you for your time.